Hey, I'm Andrew with Apex Pro. Today we're going to learn how to mount and use our Apex unit in the car. So we're going to mount it on the dashboard, we're going to download the app, and we're going to show you how we cut the complexity of traditional data systems and provide you what you need in your car on the track. That's real-time feedback and driver coaching at your fingertips while you're on the racetrack. All right, let's get into it. All right, when you receive your Apex Pro unit, your automated performance expert is going to be in the box like this. Pop it open. First thing you'll see will be your USB to micro USB charging cable. I'm going to set that aside. And in the packaging here, you'll find your Apex. You'll see the logo plate on top. Flip it over, and you got your light display. And your base plate will be here with some 3M double-sided adhesive already applied. And you'll also find an alcohol pad to wipe off the surface where you mount your base plate. Our next step is to go to the Apple App Store and download the Apex Pro app. Just type in Apex Pro LLC, download the app. All right, after we have our app downloaded, we're going to turn our device on using this button here on the left-hand side. Once the lights boot up all the way from left to right, the device will go into freestyle mode. Now we know we're ready to pair with Bluetooth, so if we have our app open, go into Settings, connect to Apex Pro, select the device, and now we're ready to go. When the lights turn off on the display, you know you're connected and you see this flashing blue light. From here, we're in our settings screen, so now we're going to actually calibrate the device. So calibrating the device just calibrates the sensors that are in the device. There's a 9-axis IMU and a GPS. When we see those red lights pan across the light bar, and then it tells us DDC was calibrated successfully, that means that we're ready to go. The sensors are calibrated. Now we have a couple of other options pertaining to our display in here. We have the brightness level. We can go from very low, low, mid, high, back to very low. So we can change our brightness. We can also change our skill level. Now the skill level, I would recommend everyone starting at intermediate. Basically what it's doing with skill levels, pretend this is 0% and this is 100%. On beginner, it's showing us 0 to 100% of your capability. Intermediate's 50 to 100%. And expert's about 90 to 100%, only that last 10%. All right, that's the settings section. All right, now we're ready to mount our Apex unit. All we have to do is peel the double-sided tape off of our base plate, and then we're going to mount the device directly in the driver's line of sight. In this case, I can't mount it right here because the steering wheel will actually block it. So I'm going to mount it as close as I can get it to where I don't actually have to shift my vision to view the device. Simply press down on the top, allow it to stick, and then you can actually remove the Apex device, leave your base plate there, and remount it back with a magnetic base plate. Good to go. All right, we are connected with Bluetooth to our Apex unit. We've calibrated the sensors under the settings tab. Now we're ready to start. So we're going to go to start live driving session. And we can start in the freestyle mode. So if we're driving on the street or we're at an autocross event, we can use freestyle. To start the light display, hit the start button. Now when we're ready to stop, hit finish. In freestyle mode, it's not going to save any lap time, so we're not going to be prompted to save our lap times. Now if we're at a racetrack, we're simply going to go to select a track, pick the racetrack out of our comprehensive list of racetracks where we are, or we'll be prompted if we're near one of these tracks and the GPS signal picks it up, it'll prompt us to connect to the track that we're closest to. We're going to select Barber Motorsports Park, and we're going to start our session. Now the only difference between being at a racetrack and the freestyle mode is that after we hit finish and close out our session, we're now prompted to save our session, so we can save our session. From here, if we go back to the main screen, our session now will be saved under Save Sessions.